Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Lee?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Lee.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch.
Everyone, and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Lee. We are the Munch Brunch UK. Lee, tell her what we have on the menu.
We have toasted waffles, American style. Apparently they're from America. They're like from Lidl, but American style toasted waffles.
Cup of tea, lemon donuts.
Lemon-filled sprinkled donuts from Lidl.
So as you can see, this isn't like a full-on eating video that we do. We're just having like a tea and a chat.
Chat and a tea.
And a coffee.
And yeah, I don't actually no tea for me. I don't do tea unless it's like tea is in the meal. Otherwise, it's coffee for me. How we all diddling? Are we all good? Okay, we'll just separating these then.
Yeah, because you got to get the.
Oh well.
You didn't put any syrup on the others.
Well, no, because I just thought we'd sort of spread about a bit.
That looks better.
So we've got butter and syrup on here, guys. The reason we've got these, it is American 1 for week sort of at Lidl. So we've got a couple of things to try.
Let's see if we can taste any kind of difference whatsoever.
Oh yeah. They taste just like an American would taste. Not an American person, obviously. Food.
Well, you wouldn't know that. It tastes like a waffle.
That tastes way better than... We've never had these before. From... We don't do them around here.
Yeah, but it just tastes like a waffle.
Well, when did you last have a waffle line? It tastes American.
So to me, they just taste like a general waffle. They're a lot sweeter, I guess, but maybe that's the syrup. But
Well, it's obviously somewhat different because they are American style waffles, so they've got to be a different taste, whether that's real or not, or imaginary. It is. There's something different about it. I think they're good.
they're nice, they're really nice, but there's waffles that I've had that taste exactly the same, and they're normally got like a crust, like a, I don't know if it's like an icing on it or something like German waffles. It just tastes to me, but they're really nice. I can't imagine these have come all the way from America, mind.
So these are going to be nice with chocolate sauce, which I haven't had for years. You see that on the ice cream? Or not for a lot of years now.
Or proper maple syrup.
That's expensive.
We've just got like normal golden syrup on here, but
I went to buy it. Well, I did buy some while ago for a previous video, and at our local shop, I think it's like £4 or £5 for a bottle of maple syrup. It lasted about a week because RT got all excited and started having it on everything, and it's just gone. I was like, great, £5.
it is nice, our maple syrup. I do prefer golden syrup, but sometimes it's nice. I don't mind that with bacon.
Bacon and this is very good. Or waffles and syrup. We've had that before.
I don't like McDonald's breakfast when what you had with the pancakes and the sausage.
Oh, that was nice. I didn't think I'd like it. It was really lovely. If you like McDonald's breakfast and you like that, let us know in the comments. Other than that, what is your favourite American breakfast if you've ever had one?
I think it'd be the eggs and bacon part for me. I'm not really like bacon and waffles. I do like them, but without the savoury stuff. Oh no.
What you've all been up to, as you can hear, we are full of the joys of winter. We're full of a cold.
Like, horrifically. My dad came round last Saturday and he didn't tell us that he had a cold. He just came round and said, oh, I think I've got a cold. Well, now.
He walked straight through the door and said he had a cold. But he didn't tell us before he turned up here that he had the cold.
And today's the first time for definitely me. Well, you've had it least out of everyone. It's me and my mum. And then Tia yesterday. Lee seems to be not as bad. But all week we've had this.
It's a proper bad one. But it was Tia's birthday, that's what he was coming around for. He was having like a takeaway and stuff. And Aim's dad, Steve, the gift he brought was a cold.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, Steve. Well, he's never going to watch this video, but thank you if you ever do watch it, because we feel great.
It's been a bad one. It's this new super cold that everybody's going on about here in the Midlands. It's definitely a place it's going around. And, you know, I haven't had one in 2 years due to the horrible COVID business, but you forget how bad a cold can be.
Yeah, I like winter. Winter's my favourite time of year. But then I remember, actually, during winter, you end up feeling like shit. You end up with colds and all the other crap. Well, either way. So what I was going to talk about today, in today's video, because this ain't going to be the longest video in the world ever, and we thought it might be quite popular among some of you lot. We don't normally watch popular TV, like, because we watch EastEnders
Don't watch
and
Love
Gogglebox.
Island and all that.
Don't watch trash, basically. If you like it, fair play to you, because I like stuff you probably hate.
The last thing we watched like that was Geordie Shore.
Just like that.
But we won't. The new one, it's got all new people in and it's not really my thing.
Yeah, we like the OGs of Geordie Shore.
Yeah.
But we watched, we started watching Married at First Sight UK. We missed the first 5 series. So it's not like Downton Abbey where you have to watch the first 5. We got into it on the 6th series recently. It's actually really good.
Absolutely loved it. Don't underplay it. We absolutely loved it. I highly recommend if you want to see something a little bit silly, but you know,
Still pretty.
it's so good.
It was good. Would you ever go on it, Amo?
I did put myself in that position when I was watching it. I was like, oh, well, would I ever do that? And I've got to be honest, like, I was a bit worried that it was completely legal at first. I think now that... See, the thing is, they have, like, a ceremony, but it's not, like, verified, so to speak. So, I think it could be a possibility. But I do think the concept for real life is a little bit daft.
That's what I thought it was. When you first hear the title, Married at First Sight, I honestly thought, okay, it was these people taking it very serious. They go along, they get married to people they've never met, and that's it, they're married unless they get divorced. And you don't find out initially, unless you've watched, obviously, previous episodes, that's not the case. You don't find out initially that's not the case. I went through the first few episodes thinking it was, and I said, it's not actually illegal, you know. Like, you can just walk away at the end. Like, oh, okay, now I get it. But like all them shows, I thought it'd be all these bloody... Like the ones on Love Island, like you see clips and stuff, and it's all, you know, beach bod blokes, women with fake bloody toes, everything fake and all that. So I thought it's all going to be that type of people on Married at First Sight, but some of the people on there...
It's normal.
Normally, like, people in the 40s. I mean, I'm not that far from the 40s, so I'm knocking people in the 40s.
I mean, they dress up and they take care of themselves, but it isn't like
it wasn't
fake people.
No, there were one or two. Don't get me wrong, there's one girl in there. There was more fake about her than there was real.
Put it this way, her body's probably 90% collagen.
Yeah, but she doesn't hide it. But she's quite blatant about telling people that she's had a lot of surgery and whatnot.
Nice girl. I liked her. Bit not your street, but...
No. We was going to talk about some of the couples in a bit and our opinions and whatnot. But yeah, it's actually...
You'll have to put some sort of disclaimer in, because if somebody wants to watch it...
Here's your disclaimer. We've watched it. We're going to talk about it. So if you don't want to know what happens in the end, look away now.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the last episode, even on the revisit, you don't find out what's really happening. Some of them you do. But like Aim told me the other day, one of the couples were staying together, and now, since they finished recording, apparently they're not together.
Alright. So, who was your favourite couple?
My favourite couple. So, I think you're going to go on bitchiness from the girls, like which one was the biggest
Girls
bitch.
are horrible.
And which lad was like the biggest sort of player, I guess, to an extent. So, my favourite couple would probably be, in terms of like how genuine it seemed to be. No, I'm crap with names.
Tyra and Adam.
No.
Really, they were the only ones that have made it through. They've got a dog and everything.
The couple, the two blokes.
Adam and Matt.
Adam and Matt, I think that's the name. Matthew's the one, Matt, yeah. I think the other lad's called Adam. I was watching on TikTok yesterday.
Yeah, I think it is.
And they, from the start, I was straight like, this ain't gonna work. That lad there, he's gone on there for a bit of a giggle, like the Adam, the young
Yeah,
lad.
but actually, it's not the case at all. And that is what he's called judging a book by its cover.
Yeah?
He reminds me, ladies, come on, your Disney prince with the hair. You know, like the kind of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and you mean a terror and someone comes on a horse. You know, he's that kind of look about him with the hair. He looks like...
Oh yeah, he looked a bit like...
a prince out of Beauty and the Beast or something like that.
If you've ever seen Shrek...
he looks like Shrek.
No, if you've ever seen Shrek, the prince in Shrek, who's actually a bit of a bastard,
he's
got hair like him.
What's
That's what it reminded
what's
me
he
of.
called now?
I don't know. Flagger? Flago? I don't know, I'm guessing names.
No, it's like they call it something.
Prince Shrek?
Oh, fine,
I don't know either way.
Well, hang on a minute. Let's find
But if
out.
we all judge books by its cover, I would never have got with Ryan, because when I met her, she was all tits and ass. And I would have been like, oh, that's all she's about. She's just all, up in your face. But behind all the looks, there is a brain and a good conversation.
Now, I just wind your neck in. Prince Charming.
There you go, that was one of the most obvious ones.
No, I was 21 when I met you, and I did used to wear a lot of low-cut stuff and all that business, but not now.
So I stuck around at first. I'm only joking, obviously, I'm bloody hell.
No, so Matt and Adam, and then obviously it's got to be Taya and Adam in the... no, Adam's Taya's partner.
But then whatever his name is, the bloke, the Northern
Dan.
Irish... Dan.
His name's
Dan! That's him, yeah. Dan and Matt.
Dan the man.
They seem like the most genuine, from what I could see. One lived in Ireland, one lived in Leeds, and there's a big issue about who would move to where if they stuck together. The other two, I'm talking about Taya and Matt.
Doncaster,
No,
that's
not
where
Matt,
they
sorry,
live.
Taya and Adam.
That's where they live now, and they've got a dog and...
I really
Something
liked
in the
him.
house.
When I first seen him, I thought he was a bit of a player. He looked like he might be like a bit of a Jack the Lad.
But he's not. They're a little bit to the side, and she's really nice as well, like the love she had for... Do you not like her?
No. In a relation, I couldn't be doing it in a relationship. Just in the respect
Yeah,
that...
but the love she has for him is genuine, like, is what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they're committed to each other, and she's actually not bitchy at all.
No, but like if me and you met together, like they met on that show, like them two did, and then there was like, they do a bit in the program, don't they, where they go and visit each other's houses for a few
Oh,
days.
yeah, she's a bit full on, like, oh, by the way, I'm basically coming into your house, and I'm going to rearrange everything.
Everything.
I'll be like, no, it ain't a lot.
He weren't allowed a computer room or whatever, it was his own home, he weren't allowed
Do you want
this and that. There's a lot of things she's like, we're changing this, changing out the carpet's got to go, the settees have got to go, and he's just sitting there looking like, what the hell?
The thing is, Lee, and ladies, let's be honest, we're all a bit like that. Come on.
No, but at one point in that last episode, before they made the final decision, he said...
He did say, look, you need to take it down a peg or two, didn't
No,
you?
it was when they was on their own. He said, I've actually enjoyed having some space from her. And she was there, oh, have you missed me? He's like, oh, yeah, I guess I have, yeah.
Okay, so now we're down to the others. I love Alexis. Is it Alexis?
Oh, the last from London.
Yeah. Such a shame for her. I mean, like, she really got the bad end of the stick with the men. First, I can't remember the names of the guys.
Jordan was the lad who's
Was
from
the first
Wales.
one.
And he was a right miserable bastard.
Yeah, he was too much for me, he was.
I don't think that show was the right programme for him.
No, not at all. And then, was it Josh? Not Josh. What was that other lad's name? No, Josh was one who was with Amy.
Oh, bloody hell. We should have wrote all his names down.
Anyway, he didn't. There's not a couple there, so there's not really much to talk about. Apart from that, it's a shame for her.
There is something to talk about. So she got this lad Jordan, who was from Wales, and he was a mixed race lad, and he was quite not very much into the show. And there was another couple there, and the lad, what was his name now? Bloody hell, we sound terrible here. But the lad who got with the girl who didn't want to know from the start.
Nikita's chap.
No, the lad who got with the girl, the one who was...
Bob,
yeah.
Was it Bob?
And his missus. Well, his missus weren't interested at all the way through the honeymoon. She's like, no, don't want to know. He was like in love with her or whatever. And at the end of one of the episodes, she had a snog with Jordan, the bloke from Wales.
Yeah.
And then Jordan come out of it, like during a sit-down chat with her, look, I've got something to tell you. I kissed what's-her-face over there.
What was her name?
I don't know. So then Bob's there like, oh my God, you dickhead. And then he's like...
Yeah, but the thing is, poor Bob, even if he kicked off, I'd still be like, oh, Bob, come on now. It doesn't look right, does it? Like...
No, but he just accepted it. It was like, oh, you're a dickhead. I love her. I'm going to listen to her. She's apologetic, so
Yeah,
I'm going
but
to
then he
stick
was
with
like,
her.
we're still friends, mate. Yeah.
Oh, it was really daft. So this Alexis, she was with that Jordan, so he walked off the show. She went, and then she came back with this other lad who'd also kicked off with his missus.
But you see, they started having a chat at like a dinner party, this other lad. So Nikita left, and then he was left. And them two started talking, didn't they, at the dinner table.
Tell me who Nikita is first.
Nikita. she's on the scene of like is it Sunderland and Newcastle way? I don't know, but she's like friends with Beth and Kershaw, people like that. Chloe, Geordie Shore. She's on that kind of scene. So
I think she's probably a reject from the Geordie Shore casting.
She's probably now like she's one of them who goes like Bijou and things like that, and she is. I think she's a Thai girl, but she's English, sort of. Yeah. And she's all lips, all boobs, all bits and pieces that you've had bought in. She got a firm in. And
got a few firms
really,
in,
really nice girl. Very fiery. You could not be around. I know that for a fact. You'd end up rowing.
I couldn't even have a conversation with the girl. If she was our friend.
Intense.
If she was your mate and you said, "Hey, this is Nikita," she'd come around for a cup of tea.
She'd be lovely as a friend.
Yeah, but no, people weren't having to say anything at all to her. Like literally, a couple would have an argument, she'd stick her nose in, and all of a sudden she's the one who's been hard done to, and she got arsed with her fella because he didn't stand up for her against one of his mates, even though he agreed with his mate. It was just bloody mental. So in the end, she stormed off. I was like, she was the one who brought like the arguments to the show, which was a shame. Because after that, there weren't that many arguments, but I couldn't be. Oh no, she'd be my worst match out of all the women on there.
Yeah.
She'd be the worst one for me, I've got to be honest.
She's a very intense girl. She's a bit Marmite, if you know what I mean. So basically, everything fizzled out with them. They all went their own way. Nobody got together out of them. It all failed.
We've got the other one, yeah? Morag and...
No, what I mean is out of them three,
yeah.
Jordan, that other lad, and Alexis.
Well, he came back, didn't he?
Yeah.
Alexis came back with the lad who...
Yeah, but the thing is, the pair of only wanted to be there, to be on the show. It wasn't to carry things on, in my opinion. I think Alexis would have, but he didn't want nothing to do with her.
I think she liked him, like you say.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But he weren't
she was
doing
absolutely
anything.
lovely. So after that, before we get on to them two, we got Josh and Amy.
Oh yeah, Josh and Amy.
Right, now for me, Amy was the one who would have rattled my cage. Being the operative word, Amy, obviously. But she really irritated me.
She was hard work.
Like, the way she was so disrespectful to him. I can't be around somebody like who... She's, to me, seemed like she had to have everything off that checklist ticked. Like, it had to be her way. And the way she spoke to him, so... I'll be the one to say what goes.
Well, there was like an age gap, weren't there, like between 4 or 6 years.
Well, she's 32, he's 23,
I think he was either 26 or 28.
Well,
she was 34.
Yeah, but to me, I'm not ageist for one. Two, it is only a number. You have I don't care whether you're freaking 16 or 36. You have learned along the way some manners. Now, whether it was for the camera, I'm not entirely sure, but the way she was so rude to him at times, I couldn't understand that.
No, she was a right arse to the poor sod. But she was quite immature at times, just like randomly having a go at him over nothing at all. Then at the same time, it came out, so there's this woman on there, it all plays into the same thing here. A woman called Morag. She come over from Australia, her dad had died recently, she come over to look after him. And she was really sad, and that's a shame. And she got with this lad whose name, what the hell's his name? Luke. She got a lad called Luke. And out of everyone, I don't think there was a good match in terms of, if you put them all on a line, I wouldn't put her with him and him with her. And it went a bit like, he was like desperate for her to like him. All the way through, she was like, oh, but you're just not manly enough. I need a man. You're not what I delivered, Luke. I ordered.
I mean, that's awful to
God.
say.
Well, not just once. She didn't say just once to him. Look, you're not what I'd ordered. He's not what I ordered. I was like, love, he's not a bloody package from Amazon. He's a bloody bloke.
The thing is, now let's be fair, okay? She didn't say it diplomatically. No.
Not at all.
However, right, you've got two options, haven't you? You either tell the truth, or you lie and make out that you really like him. Now, in her defence, I could not be on a TV show with a guy within, sharing a bed with someone, and I'm thinking, I've got to make myself like him. And then she told the truth and was like, look, I've always gone for, your typical bad boy type lad, a bit more hench. That is just my type of thing. Then to go to somebody like Luke, who isn't that type, he's more of a slimmer version of he's not a hench guy, he's like Josh, let's just say.
No, he was a fireman and whatnot, but he wasn't like a big
He wasn't a fireman.
He was, really
he was? I thought it was just when he stripped.
No, he trained up to be a fireman.
Yeah, I mean, his physique under his clothes, I mean, he had all the six-pack and everything like that, but she liked the big shoulder, like Josh.
But he'd gone through a bad breakup, hadn't he, this Luke, over the last couple of years, and his confidence had really been knocked. So then to be paired off with a woman who's saying, it's not what I ordered.
I mean, she
wasn't fair
had
on
a
him.
brilliant figure. She wouldn't be my cup of tea face-wise and everything like that, but she was pretty enough, and the crying was a bit much when she started that game.
Yeah, funny laugh as well.
Everybody in there had things about that were really, really nice and things that were a bit awkward. But to pair her with him, now, I would feel uncomfortable in the respect that he's got a beautiful personality and everything, but you can't force that chemistry. I don't care who you are, there's got to be something. You can't just sort of, expect her to fall in love. And people were like, Morag, you don't realise he's so good for you. Father Christmas is meant to be really, really lovely, but I couldn't dig Father Christmas. You know what I mean, though? You can't be with someone.
In his defence, Sam, they both signed a contract to go on a show. Now, the alternative is you'd be a right knob, like the one who was with that Bob, who said from the start, I mean, pretty much the whole show, there was together like 3 or 4 weeks, she made him sleep on a settee.
But Morag was kind to him. I know she had her ways, but she understood where her wrongs was, and she did try, didn't she? And actually, at the end,
she tried by changing his dress sense, and then he had an argument with somebody. Who did he argue with now? I think it was one of her friends or something or other. He had an argument with someone.
Yeah, her with the lips.
And she said the next day, basically, that's the Luke I want to see. I want to see someone who argues. I love that about you, Luke. Now, show me that more often.
She just wanted a bit more of a... See, hers... Well, right, no. She's... Look at me. I'm quite... I'll say it how it is. I need you. That's why you're like the way you are. Like, you're sort of...
An arse.
No, but, like, you know what I mean? I couldn't be with someone who's overly nice, because you need that chemistry, you need that kind of vibe between you, don't you? You can't just... It's like... Could you see me with him, personality-wise?
He was a bit sort of meek, a bit shy rather, but I felt sorry for him with that one. But she was very much like...
Over the top.
Yeah.
So, I really do believe, though, if you saw me with that guy, personality-wise, would you say he would be able to cope with my personality?
No, probably not.
Or you wouldn't be able to cope with her personality?
No, I couldn't do with her. But at the same time, so all that happened, and then you had this Josh and his missus, I forgot her name, Amy. And this Morag's there like, I'm not trying to cause no trouble.
I didn't understand that. Well, why say it then?
Because then she played the victim. She's like, I'm not trying to cause no trouble, but Josh, do you remember DMing me on Instagram about a year ago and liking all my pictures? He's like, what you on about? Prove it. She's like, I can't prove it, but you know you did it.
And to be fair, he was like, I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, but then she got him in trouble with this Amy, a little bit in trouble. Then Amy started standing up for her fella. And he was like, prove it. And then he was arguing with this Luke. And then afterwards, that Morag, or Moo as she called herself, actually turned around to somebody. I think she turned around to her fellow Luke and said, yeah, well, I did actually reply to Josh.
The thing is,
but she never told Amy that.
Josh's defence, he's a good-looking chap. He possibly doesn't remember her. Like, you imagine, like him, he's probably knocking off like, oh, yeah, I'll send that text to her. There's a possibility, he has forgot, but nevertheless, I find it hard in that situation, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you tell the truth and you say, look, I'm not trying to be funny here, I have no chemistry with you, You're not my usual type. I'm not necessarily attracted to you, but I am willing to give it a go. That sounds harsh to the nation. However, nobody can actually say they've not thought like that in the past if it was in that circumstance. Like, again, I'll say it again. With that Luke, I didn't have any kind of attraction to him, but yet his personality is what every woman kind of wants, but with an edge to it, unfortunately. It's just, like, you know, like, without being what do they call it? What? That word when you're being, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, typical man, let's say, how they are into boobs and bums and bodies and whatever. You know, women, us, we're more into, like, and I hate to say it, but, like, you're kind of bad boy, and I hate saying bad boy, like your big shoulders, your henchness, your deep voice, type, you know. No, you know what I mean, though? It's like, it's just the way it is, isn't it? I mean, obviously, my mum's different. She likes skinny men.
Yeah. She likes Denzel Washington.
Oh, yeah, my mum does. But, you know, and if she's been like that all her life, people were coming for her that she didn't find that attraction there.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't go on and on and on when you know his family's going to watch it. It's not what I ordered. It's not fair. The poor sod is already underconfident.
I mean, I wouldn't have said that, because he'd had to have a hair transplant and everything.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't, you know, as good looking as the other lads, contemporaries, you might say. Like, you're not, what most women would find attractive would be some of the other lads. But he weren't a bad person. He was seeming really nice to me. I just felt ashamed for him.
He will make somebody extremely happy.
But the best was at the end, when you thought, okay, he's probably been chasing after her, and she said, he's not being touched.
But you know what happened then? And I bet you a lot of women will be in agreement. You know, when he came in and he was just like the one hug, he's like, yep. Yeah. There is what women find attractive. That kind of dismissive.
Oh yeah, he was like, fuck you, bitch.
Tell me why, I don't know, but it's like, I guess it is the kind of treating me and keeping keen, but she was like, made it more appealing. I know that sounds insane, but like, yeah, actually, I don't love you. It was more or less lust. It was more or less in my head. And then you think, oh, okay. Because it was the part which puts you off, Luke, the fact that he rolled over like a doormat, and he was like, I basically defended with everything. Oh, but you
did too much of that.
You know, you don't know what we're like behind closed doors. Well, what do you expect people to judge you by then if it's in the camera, in the public eye, and you're basically like, she can get away with murder?
And then the last couple was the eldest couple on there, I think they were. The woman...
Frankie and Marilise.
That's it. So she has a couple of kids, 2 boys from a previous relationship, and very independent, got herself a career and whatnot, and lives in England. He was ex-military and was training up. He's a
fitness coach now in Dubai.
Yeah.
Got businesses over there and everything.
So it's like, is he actually going to move back over eventually? When early on it seemed a bit intense.
I wonder what our opinions are going to be on this one now, because to me, first of all, he just reminded me of Daniel Craig. And loads of people have said that. He just
looks... You've been saying that every time you see him.
But like everybody on Instagram, he looks like Daniel Craig. And anyway, and then you got Marilise, nice woman. But he being ex-military, I mean, I've been with an ex-military guy, and he wasn't as bad as him, but he did have kind of structure even to our relationship. Right, each of the days we'll be up brushing our shoes. You know, it's a bit silly, some of the things. Yeah. He was very domineering.
He was. At one point, he did turn to her during an argument. Do not talk over me. Yeah, he wanted to defend himself about something that was said to him. And he was quite defensive, like he'd get his back up very easy.
He thought that he could tell her basically what to do.
Yeah, he said, so don't talk over me, and she took offence to that, rightly so.
He came across very, I'll be the boss in the relationship, but it was a little intimidating for me. I would have been... He was so lovely at the same time, though. It's really difficult because he genuinely, really, really put the effort in. Yeah. In fact, more than any man there, in my opinion. He was taking no crap of anyone. He was the leader. He was like, I don't need to mix with you lot because I'm me.
I think he got a shock at first when he met her and whatnot, and then afterwards they go back to the hotel. And as the days go on, I think he realised she wasn't going to sort of roll over. Maybe like he's used to women who sort of let him take control. And after the first day or two, she was like, no, this, you know, it's an equal footing sort of thing. But like they get to the hotel and he's thinking, oh, you're going to share the bed tonight. And she's like, okay, you'll do all right in the settee. He's like, he took offence to that one. But she was just sort of laying down a marker.
You saying that, I mean, I'm not going to say who it was. It's an American guy. If you've seen him on mukbangs, you've probably heard this. But there was this mukbanger I was watching the other day, this American lad. And he basically said, yeah, I went out on a date and the girl who we went out on a date with, he went, she actually packed up my leftover food for me. And I was like, okay then, right. And he went, I wouldn't expect that on the first date. He says, but I'll be honest, as the relationship goes on, that's what I expect is the woman to like pack up my food for me.
Was this in a restaurant?
Yeah, they went out on a date to a restaurant. And over there, you can kind of pack up your own food to get to go. And then he went, but further on, when I'm actually in a relationship, yes, I do expect the person who I'm with to be very, I will pack up your lunch and I will do this as the woman. And I thought, bloody hell, is that how people are these days still? Anyway, it brings me back to Frankie.
I like to pack up my body take, right?
No, but he was very, I could see him being like, so you're out and you're like this, right, hold on to my arm, Marylise, let's go please. And look that way, look, we've got to wave to our friends. And I just thought, you're lovely, but you are very, very...
over the top.
I'm going to sort of be the leader in this relationship now. Me, I'll be like, is that... What are you trying to say? Yeah. I'm going that way. I'm looking at that handbag over there whilst you look at your bloody trainers over there.
But they sort it out in the end, and they're one of the stronger couples, to be fair, without all the drama and whatnot. But it was intense at times, and he'd intimidate me. But he agreed to move back, and I think they've since... disclaimer, they're not together now.
No, I think what it is, she is, she come out of like a bad relationship, obviously. And I think she felt in that show like she had to sort of go along with him. It just, to me, she always looked like nervous. Not that he was going to do anything bad because he's a lovely guy, but she was always like, yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe we're like pissing him off and stuff.
Like, yeah, that's fine. And you know, like when he was cooking, there was an instance where he was cooking dinner, and I don't think he cooks a lot because it kind of went a bit tits up.
It took him forever
honest.
As well.
And it was only something simple. I think it was like steak and chips or something like that. And she was like, "Oh, can I have a drink of wine?" He's like, "Yeah, in a minute, Marylise." And I was like, freaking hell, like...
I think he said something like, you've already had one, so it was like 5 in the afternoon. It's like, you've already had one, haven't you? Something along those lines.
You can wait half an hour, and I was like, this is not the kind of guy that I could go with. Yeah, he will make someone very happy if you want to be kind of, you know, dominated in a good way. You know, you want to kind of have that leader.
I think they suited them well, though, them two, just in the respect of she was very much into fitness and sport.
Yeah, they were both.
And so was he. Whereas, like, you stick me with her or I'm with him, in terms of the sporty side of things.
Hell no.
I'm like, mate, I love... Sorry, you go and do your running and swimming and cycling. I'm going to chill and watch the football.
No word of a lie, like I said before, this guy who I was at the military was would you call it a fitness coach? Military fitness trainer, anyway.
They have a name for him, don't they?
Fitness instructor, that's what he was.
PT, personal trainer.
Yeah, but he was for the army, and he served in Afghanistan and all that. And the one day, he's like, come on, let's go to this thing where you basically go on like this barracks and you go like this army training under things and in puddles. I was like, listen, I don't know really why you're with me, love. And he was like, oh, but I really love you. And, you know, and he was all that, you know, and I was like...
So you got to admit, there's no chance of me doing that anytime soon.
And I was a bit thinner than mine, but I did it and I was like, listen... Should we just go Mackey's? You know, no joking.
Right, so wrap this up. Out of I'll do it for the women, out of the box. Who, don't matter like looks or personality, which one do you think you'd get on with the best?
Kind of does. No. Who I'd marry if I had to?
If you had to go on that show, at the blokes, which one would you rather have been paired with and which one would you hate to have been paired with? Questions.
Well, obviously, neither of us can include Matt or Dan because they are gay.
Well, that's a given. I was going to say one of them two, to be fair, for both.
Well, no, but we'll do it like that, I suppose. So, if I was going to be with somebody, should we do it looks and personality separate?
Well, in terms of personality, the worst for me would be Nikita. I could not be doing with that. Just way too in your face. Arsiness every 2 seconds. No, I couldn't be arsed with that. personality-wise, in terms of the ones who seem most laid back and easy to get on with, would be the one who annoyed me a bit.
Morag.
No, God, no. No, what's her name?
Taya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she seemed laid back and easygoing. Or Alexis, she just wanted somebody to love her.
Oh, yeah, she's
was
lovely
a really
as well.
nice girl.
Actually, 110%. So, personality-wise for me...
I reckon I know who this is. I won't say it, but...
Well, this is interesting. Go on, say it.
You got to be on. If I get it right, you have to tell me I'm right.
And this is for who I'd like the most.
You know, in terms of personality, I think you'd find the most attractive in terms of their personality because of like just their personality. I reckon Adam because he was easygoing and
So
just
wrong.
oh well then completely wrong. Shut down.
All right, so I'm going to tell you the way it is.
Go on then in 10 seconds.
Me and Lee, obviously, we are it for it forever now. But unfortunately, in my head,
I might die.
no.
Go on.
Right, so we all love Luke's personality. Luke's personality
Right.
was amazing. That is what ideally I'd want in my head.
Right.
Personality, attractive-wise, just their personality would probably be Josh. Because he was a little bit sort of silly, serious, and a little bit... I'm not bothered. And to me, it's always been something that I chase. Like, when they're not bothered, I want them more. And it's stupid.
To me, he looked a bit Tim Nice but dim. Not putting him down or
Yeah, I know
anything.
what you mean.
He didn't look like he was really like concentrating 24/7.
There was something about Frankie's personality that I was intrigued by. I wouldn't say attracted by, but I was intrigued by it because I don't know whether that, again, it's the whole I'm the man, I'm going to take charge, because I've been brought up in a sort of life like that where my dad's always been the one, you ain't doing that. And I think it takes it back to my childhood.
Yeah,
that's why I kind of like, I like that. But,
So Josh then, that's all we need. This is
no, I like to tell you in depth. I don't know whether that's personality or whether it's the looks though.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to say, personality-wise, ideally what I'd want is Luke.
Okay.
Grow older, I want that happy kind
Yeah,
of...
I got you.
Right, so, next, who would you marry?
Marry?
Well,
That's the same thing.
No, that's personality. Who would you... If I had to marry anyone based on... Well, it's got to be looks, hasn't it? So,
All right, so
let's do both men and women.
not Nikita. No.
She was pretty.
I mean, she looked like a rubber duck.
Lee, that is...
Sorry, but she did.
I can't believe you just said that.
She did.
A rubber duck. Oh,
Yeah, without being
Lee.
horrible, obviously
she wasn't ugly, Lee. She was pretty.
She took the makeup off, and I respected that more than the way she looked with it all on, because the transformation was like going to the B&M's and buying a £3 picture, or going out and buying a Banksy. You know, the change, once you get all that crap off, was a bit of a difference.
Well, I can't judge that because I love makeup, even though I haven't got much on today. But carry on.
So, not Nikita for the looks, not... who else was there? Not Morag. No. Not... Who was the other one?
Amy.
Oh, no, not Amy. No.
Her lips was a bit big and all.
Yeah. In terms of like, just looks-wise, it'd be either that Alexis or...
Taya.
Taya, I thought, without being horrible to the girl, she was like 26. I honestly thought,
yeah.
before they said her age, I thought she was more older than me. Unfortunately, she has like an old-looking face for somebody in the mid-20s. I thought she was like late 30s myself.
Yeah.
So her, Alexis, or even older, I mean Marilise, but she looked older than 36. She looked like she was in her 40s.
Yeah, right. Them two looked age-wise.
A bit older than what they was.
Okay, so for me, woman-wise, I think Alexis is really pretty. I'm not going to say that I didn't think... I think I'm basing it on Morag's figure. I liked her figure. It's horrible, but the first thing you see is somebody's face. I did not rate Marilise in the slightest. Not that she wasn't...
we're doing blokes and women now.
Not as that she wasn't attractive, but if she wouldn't be my physical type. Not a body or face. Amy, no. Taya, she's pretty. However, I think I'd probably go for Alexis. She was just genuinely natural, beautiful, rather than having things done or whatever. Taya and Alexis, same as you then, really.
Yeah.
boys. I forgot. I didn't like Jordan physically. I didn't like that other one who looked like a young lad. The one who.
Oh, the one who'll come back again.
Yeah, he looked too. Probably.
Well, there's Luke, isn't there? There's Josh. There's Frankie.
Again, Luke to me wasn't ugly. He's just not for me. Josh, yeah, he's a good-looking chap.
Adam.
Not so much. What's his name? What's that other one?
Adam.
But Bob.
Oh, Bob, yeah.
Yeah, Adam, for sure. Adam is definitely one that I think is really good looking. Not Bob. It's a shame.
If I had to pick a bloke to go out for a drink with, I'd pick Bob.
No, I'm going to change my personality.
You want Bob's personality?
Not Luke. Bob. 100. Absolutely. We forgot poor Bob.
Well, we did. We talked about it before.
No,
Bob
yeah.
and his missus, the personality was the one thing she couldn't handle. She was quite serious.
He
way
would
too
be
serious
my.
for me.
You got to be honest about that. Me and him would match like a house on fire.
But maybe too much. Maybe the house needs
My
putting out
mate
sometimes.
used to say to me, if I was with someone with my exact personality, would be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think you'd ever get the rent paid or the bill sorted because
we'd be off out on Brighton Beach and off. That is exactly the truth.
He seemed like a really lovely lad, like really nice. But he, at one point, poor sod, it was his wedding night, so he'd only met his wife a few hours earlier, and the brother from the start, before she even met Bob, was really intense. He's like, Bob, we need to have a chat. He took him aside. If you hurt my sister, I'm going to break your legs.
He was really... Well, he wasn't
He
American.
didn't say it like that, but he was like really horrible to him.
He was really intense, but yeah.
I know my sister, we're twins, and I'll know she's happy. And I was like, mate, just whatever,
The
jog on.
unfortunate thing with Bob, and I'm going to say it, obviously, again, we do judge kind of by face value looks. It wasn't actually his looks, but when he wore the shirt with all the hair and then a big medallion, it just was a bit much for me.
John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever.
Like, you know... some of his cars were really nice, but when he had that, you giving that bar now?
Give him a bit of it.
When he had the medallion on, but personality wise, 100% him. I didn't think Frankie was bad looking. Again, he reminded me of Daniel Craig. I would say Josh, then Frankie, then Adam.
For looks. If I had to pick up, in terms of looks for the bloke, I'd probably say Adam for the better looking of the blokes, in my opinion. And
it's weird, isn't it, what you'd go for if you was a guy and a girl?
I wouldn't want to have sex with Adam.
No, but if you was a girl, the one that you'd go for is Adam.
Yeah.
Rather than like me, I'd go for Josh.
No, if I was a bloke getting with a bloke,
Or a
I'd
woman
get with probably Matt if I was a bloke getting with a bloke, because...
We're not on about that, though.
No, what?
Else, if I was a guy, I'd probably get with Dan. With Prince Charming.
Yeah, know that.
But if you was a girl, your first port of call would be Adam.
Yeah, I reckon. Not personality-wise,
No,
just in terms of looks. Yeah,
that's
I reckon
weird, isn't it, that? Like, if I was a guy, the first person I'd probably go for would be... probably Alexis. So isn't that weird to think that I have a type for a woman and you have a type for a guy? Like, it baffles me that you won't pick Josh.
No. He seemed like a nice lad, and when you see him initially, you're thinking, okay, you got book and cover, as they say.
You wouldn't be a bad boy woman, would you then?
You see the lads he was hanging around with, his mates, they seem like quite everyday, normal, nice lads. So the initial opinion you get of someone isn't always correct. That other one...
Like, you wouldn't be, I want this bad boy type.
No, I want a bad boy.
No, you've gone for... that makes you a really nice girl.
Oh, thank you. But the other one, that other lass who was a right cow, who didn't want to know Bob at all, in terms of looks when you first look at her, out of all the lasses, I think she was the most one that I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's more, attractive than all the rest. Because she doesn't have the less makeup on that crap and work as...
Is that Bob's
missus. But then as soon as she starts talking and the way she treated and personality and how horrible she was, and some of the dress sense... Anyway, sorry, love. There's the front door. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
I thought Amy's dress sense was a bit much. She had like these really puffy kind of tropical dresses, and not Mark would say. But it's a difficult one in the respect that it's all to do with scent as well. Like, people are attracted first to people's scent, and if you don't have that compatibility, even if you look at somebody and you think, well, they're good looking, if you have that thing...
Some people don't actually wear aftershave perfume. They don't believe in it. They just like to have a wash and be done with it.
Do you know they have these things, right? and they have these like get-togethers, a bit like speed dating, but it's smell dating.
This.
So say this jumper I'm wearing today. So I'd wear this all day long, and then I'd put it in a plastic Ziploc bag. And we saw this on Carl Pilkington.
I think it was, yeah.
And then like Lee'd wear this, and then he'd put his in a Ziploc bag. And what you do is they're all numbered, and you're numbered to your clothing. So I'm number 53 bag. And then you, I love that smell. I'll go for number 53. And then the picture of number 53 comes up on there.
Yeah, it could be dirty old
And
Dave.
it's the smell that you want. And
It's all a bit odd, in it, really.
they call it pheromones, don't they?
That's what smells are and stuff, yeah. But
This was our maths special.
yeah, so chances are most of you have tuned out, unless you're a big fan of Married at First Sight, and then you've had a little special offers. Ending it, Aim. Are we going to be watching series 1 to 5?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah, I
we're
reckon
already. I mean, I've watched all Downton Abbey, but I'm on my second run of it now. We're watching that at the minute.
Yeah.
The only criticism I have for Married at First Sight, and I think this is every viewer, because Lisa Faulkner actually said it, John Turrell's wife. It's like you have this major build-up. You're kind of watching it to the very end, and then it's as though we're expecting to see what happens after again, and it's like bang, done.
No, I'm in agreement with that. Like the last couple of episodes, we wound right through because it was like, let's do a 10-minute walk, like very slow motion walk from one end of the park to the other, so they can meet up with each other and have a chat. That all took forever, and then there was like a lot of the same things kept happening. Like, let's sit down and have a chat now with the councillors and whatnot. Let's have a dinner party. I was like,
I like the dinner parties. That's when it all kicked off.
Yeah, but I want to see stuff in the week, like what was happening at home with them all, what was going on, and stuff like that. But there was no.
Yeah, I was like, well, actually, what I want now is I want to see them doing the shopping. I want to see how they're getting on. I hope they do like a Married First Sight 1 year later type thing.
They could do, I guess so. We'll have to wait.
But they've become really, all of them now, like Instagram famous.
TikTok a lot. Like Matt and
Dan.
They did a funny one the other day. Have you seen the clip, the music thing? The hi, I'm something. It's the Halloween thing, and it's this bloody dance. Oh God, you've all heard it. I'm probably heard it, but don't know what the hell I'm on about. Sound. It's like kick it in the ass. Nah. Right, I'm gonna play it.
I'll tell you what I love. You can't because YouTube. What's it?
No, but I've got to show you.
Do you know what I love on TikTok and that in a minute? You know, I don't know why I keep singing it, but you know what? The sun goes up in my kind of town. That one, have you heard that one? And it got this feeling.
I don't know. I'm going to mute you so you can't hear it, and then we won't get into trouble. So, okay, there
Pamela Pumpkin, hey, Brad the Witch's Broom. That's we go.
That's the one, and it's actually quite.
Have you not seen that one?
Wow.
The sun goes down.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
It's all cowboys. It's
you
so
listened
funny.
to one the other day, doing it.
I think it's called New Moon or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, that's actually funny. Go and check them out on TikTok. Yes, that is hilarious. He's in the background like
Daniel and Matt. It's a pretty original name. That's their TikTok name, Daniel and Matt. Go and check them out.
I think we've actually done quite a good review. You know what we should do? We should do like a review on a programme. Not as long as that maybe, but...
Yeah, it was 21 episodes that we're never going to get back of our life. But the earlier series, the first series was only 3 episodes, and I think it built to 21.
It's going to be disappointing now, this, you know, because we've got to the best series probably. When you work backwards, it's just disappointing.
No, we're not going to go into that with that attitude. We're going like, fresh start, let's just see what happens. And you might see me and Am on there if we ever split up. And then imagine if they paired us back together without realising we was once together.
What's that one called? X on the Beach. That's one of us. There he is. Morecambe Beach. He's over there. Look at him. He's bloody back.
Yeah, there me with a big beer belly. Get him more belly, Emma.
Can I have a 6-pack? Yeah. Calling Prem, yeah.
Happy days. Right, we've got to go, guys, because we've got to do another video later on. So
if you see us wearing the same clothes.
And I feel like, well, it's cold. So let's get going. Guys, hope you enjoyed. What do you think? Oh, very quickly, what did you think?
Waffles. Tastes like waffles. I'll be honest, I can't tell the difference between any waffle I've ever had and that. The donut from Lidl, always a nice little treat. However,
bit lemony.
Much. And no, I like it. It's just that I didn't want all of it. It was nice.
Okay.
I prefer strawberry ones.
Yeah, no, I don't. But they didn't have them. I did look for the pink ones.
Yo, stop quickly. Cinnabons. They've stopped the best Cinnabons ever at our Lidl. I don't know why.
Because they just weren't popular apart from you.
No, but all year they've had them, and now we're coming into that like holiday season, so to speak, where cinnamon is a thing. Gone.
Right, guys, take it easy. Good luck finding your cinnamon buns, and we'll see you all again
If you do,
soon.
send them to me.
Right, guys, bye.
Bye.